Hey everyone, welcome back to the next instalment of Mike's Misadventures in Wales. So, this next one, I think it's Sgwd Gwladus. I'll pop the name up for you. Named after, I think it was a 6th century Welsh princess. Now, there's a few falls on the trail that I'm doing. Is it the Elidar trail? But the first one is Gwladus, and it's a good 2-kilometre walk just to get to that one. So I'm reading the signage and stuff just one moment ago. It does actually say that that is the best one on the actual walk itself. And it is the one that I've already thought about coming down and seeing previously. I didn't actually know that there were more falls as the further on you walk. And the reason I'm only going to do this one is because I've got another one that I need to drive to. And dependent on time, there might be another one that I'll tag on the end of this as well. But the other one that I need to drive to is another 15 minutes away. So I'm going to get cracking. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the falls. So I'm sure you've seen from some of that B-roll that, I mean, this is a beautiful area. What I was hoping for was to maybe find, in a 2-kilometre walk, hopefully find some other potential pictures, compositions, things like that. I mean, the area is gorgeous, it really is. You know, with the old buildings and stuff, and you can see all this lovely woodland behind me. But I'm just not seeing it. I'm really hoping that at the end of this walk, there's this waterfall. I forgot the name of it now. You'll have heard it before. Yeah, I'm hoping this falls is actually a really good one. Because that's quite nice down there, that rushing water. But I don't know if it's because the water levels are so high. I mean, I really need to watch where I'm going. Yeah, I don't know if it's because the water levels are so high, and if they were slightly lower, in obviously drier conditions, you might be able to actually walk down these banks onto the stream. There are some large rock plateaus and stuff like that you could probably stand on and get some potentially nice pictures through the woodlands with the trees and stuff. And to be honest with you, there's not a single leaf on any of the trees that's alive. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like a big tree's fallen down and formed some kind of dam, unintentionally. Yeah, just there. It's quite a substantial tree. Video didn't do it justice, to be fair, but yeah, and that's the thing as well. You've got some serious rushing water down that way, some serious force in there, but just not feeling it. Right, I'm going to crack on and make my way down to this waterfall. So I know a moment ago I mentioned how frustrating it was that regardless of how beautiful this place is, I just couldn't see any form of shots that were possible on the way to the walk to Gwladus. And now I've come across this. Tilt you down. It's beautiful curved, go right, nope, that way around, curved falls. It's not a massive falls, but because of how full the rivers are, because of the weather that we've had recently, it's really powering over it. Now there is the logs that have fallen in there, which is a bit of a shame. Kind of ruins the viewpoint, but I don't know how I would frame it up. This is as close to the edge of the riverbank as I can get before it drops straight down into the river. Now my ideal, I'll just make sure I don't fall in the river, would be to be over here. Now there is a slight walked path that I can see on the other side, but I don't know how to get to it because it's kind of a big body of water between me and the other side. There's literally no bridges, no nothing that I can see up this end. There was one back there, but it would mean walking all the way back to then walk all the way up this way. Gwladus is only a couple of minutes away now, so I'm probably just going to head down there, get the pictures of that, and I'm going to see how I feel about this one, because this is obviously on my way back. So yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully next stop, Waterfall. There she is. So, there she is. That was worth the walk. When you get something like this at the end of it, doesn't matter what if you got anything else on the way up here. That is just stunning. Now the hard part is I've got to try and find a composition here, because the problem is the Falls is, I'll be honest, the Falls is actually a lot more angry than the pictures that I've seen online. It looks more like what I would call a horse's tail. This is a full force Falls. Now the problem is it's all very messy, all the foreground. So I think this is going to be another waterfall shot where it's just a waterfall. I don't think there's going to be anything really in foreground interest. Now, there's a couple of small rocks in the water, but I don't actually think they're going to be anything. I think they're too far away. I think I'm too far away. And I'll be completely honest, with all the, show you here. So you've got these trees, they're in my way. you got these trees, they're in my way. Yeah, composing this is going to be really difficult. I might have to change angles and see what I can find, but I will bag a picture of this because she is impressive. So, yeah, that was definitely worth the walk. That was gorgeous. Do you know what? I'm not going to bother with this falls. It's stunning, but I'm really happy with what I've bagged at the moment anyway. And I suppose the one big downside about that waterfall just then was that those big logs that have obviously come down river probably come over Gwladus and yeah, just lodged themselves there because it is right in the middle. If it was to one side, it'd be really cool. A bit like Kiston, actually. Kiston have got those logs lodged on the, if you look at a picture of Kiston, right hand side of the falls. Yes, that would be fine. But that's literally slap bang in the middle of the falls. But anyway, Gwladus, beautiful falls. Really, really, really pleasing to see. Really, really, really difficult to photograph. I think the problem is that I've come down after all these storms and rain, and obviously Wales is known for its rain anyway, but more so obviously with all these storms and stuff kicking off. So I suppose the thing is, if the water levels had been lower, you'd have probably been able to garner some foreground interest in there, but on this occasion there wasn't any. The plunge pool is really full. There was a couple of the little rocks sticking up, but they weren't, well, they were too far away from where I was and not really interesting. So as far as foreground interest is concerned, their lack of interest is just meh. So yeah, right, that's another vlog wrapped up, another one down for the Mike's Misadventures in Wales. Now off to do the third one. I'd say got about a 15-minute trip, and I probably do need to get me my button gear because the light is pulling in because it's really miserable today. I keep getting rained on. Just then, me and the old camera got a wee bit soggy. So I don't think sun's, well, there's gonna be no sunset, is there? Not worthy of pictures anyway. But I think it's gonna be darker quicker than what you would expect it to, or what it has been at recent times. So I need to get my ass moving and get down there. So obviously, you know, in true style, if you have liked this video, then please do give us a thumbs up. Subscribe so that you can actually keep up to date with the rest of my misadventures in Wales. And this is Mike, out. See you next week. Peace.